The fourth T20I between South Africa and India concluding, and what a game it has been. Coming back in the wake of two back-to-back losses, Team India ensured that they beat South Africa in the third T20 by 48 runs. And if that was not enough, in this match, India literally toppled over South Africa by a whopping 82 runs. And in today's post show, I take delight to invite my panelists, Joydeep Mukherjee, Devashish Sen, and Abhijit Deshmukh. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in this show. We'll begin straight away with Joyda. Joyda, your emotions, your thoughts on India's thumping win. Two consecutive wins in the wake of two back-to-back losses.
Yeah, it was really good to see. It wasn't an easy wicket, and I think the person who made the difference was Dinesh Karthik. It was his innings that made the difference between the two teams, because otherwise India would have struggled to
I
reach the
think,
goal line.
Joyda, did you? Yes.
Yeah, we
Sorry?
can all hear Jyota, yeah.
Okay, so if you heard me, I'll just continue from there. So I think Dinesh Karthik's inning made the difference. Otherwise, India could have been well 120, 125, 130 at most. But it was how Dinesh Karthik played. And on this wicket, where it wasn't an easy wicket to bat on, and I can't remember the last time I said that about Rajkot, because Rajkot is a road. Everybody wants to bat there. Nobody wants to bowl there. But there was a bit of juice. It turned. It wasn't the greatest of wickets for a T20 game. But yeah, good to see India back on track.
I think Daminilo. So, Devashish, what do you want to say about Avesh Khan's performance today? Not so, in the best form in the first three matches. What would you like to say about it?
Yeah, he received a lot of flack means, with his performance in the first three T20 internationals, but then he bounced back strongly because one would have expected that he would make way for someone like Arshdeep Singh or Umran Malik, but that was not the case. But then he grabbed his opportunity. He was given another go. As Rahul Dravid time and again says that he would love to see continuity in the side, and that has proved dividends for Avesh, because the way he bounced back today, those four wickets, and the wicket also some sort of helped him, because the ball were keeping low, some were climbing up, and it was making life difficult for the batters, I would say. And but all credit to Avesh, because he maintained a good line and length, and he showed a good gesture as well after hitting Marco Jansen with the bouncer and then going up to him and showing a good sportsman spirit. So all in all, it was a commendable performance by the Indian team. It was a, I would say, both the batters as well as the bowlers was with Hardik also chipping in with a good crucial knock. So it's a comprehensive in once, keeping in mind that India were 0-2 down in the series, and things wasn't looking good for the Indian team. But the manner in which they bounced back, it speaks a lot about the seconds. People were talking about second string side and so and so, but then everyone utilized the opportunity.
Joyda, today again, Rishabh Pant, he was looking initially a bit set, but we didn't see him scoring much of the runs. And we spoke in the pre-show as well. What do you think is going on with Rishabh Pant? I mean, you know, he's not getting the big score.
Yeah, I didn't see a dismissal today because we're in the semifinals, so we had our own work to do because we got a very crucial day coming up tomorrow. But off late, what I've seen is the fact that batting at four, he's still batting like he bats at six. I think he's not giving himself enough time, and I can only say this because he bats in the top four. The people who bat in the top four do actually get a bit of time to get set, and he's not utilizing that. Uh, so I feel that sooner or later somebody will be in his ear, either Rahul Dravid, Vikram Rathore, somebody from the management, and have a word with him because he's too good a player to miss out. And so he's in one match he came to bat in the seventh over, 6.4 in fact. So that's something he's not used to, because even for Delhi, he used to bat at number six. Then he made it to four. He's had a couple of lean seasons by his high standards, even in the IPL. So it's just not that he struggled for India. He hasn't got much runs for his Delhi IPL franchise as well. So he'll win you a couple of matches, but it's not about a couple of matches. It's about consistency. So it's like saying you have somebody who's cooking you 7 meals a day, Twice a week they're brilliant, and the rest 5 days you can't eat that food. But you rather want somebody who 7 days in a row gives you above average food. So that's what you would want. So it's similarly over here as well. It's about consistency. Yes, the brilliance is always there, and he will get better. Sometimes we make a mistake with him because we Rishabh has been around, chosen one, but he's quite young with age and experience and everything. I think he'll learn. He'll learn. Some very experienced and good players will be in his ear. They will talk to him. And if he can give himself a little bit of time, maybe 10, 12, 15 balls in T20, then sky is the limit for him.
Yeah, very well said, Dada. I think we everyone wants Rishabh Pant to be, in that red hat form and scoring more runs for that. Davadi, would you like to take it from here?
Yes, I have to admit, I beg your pardon, everybody. I'm suffering massive network issues here. The weather has been very uneasy here, but I'm back. Uh,
No problem.
as I
That's what
was
matters.
saying,
Back.
yes, let's get on with the match. Let's get talking with India's batting. Uh, if we keep aside India's batting woes, Joyda, I'll begin with you. Would you say that in this match, compared to India's performance in the previous match, where we had a very solid start from our openers Ishan Kishan and Ruturaj Gaikwad, in this match, again putting back first, would you say that the top five, or let's be more emphatic and more specific, the top three were not very impressive with their performance? Like, should they have stood up and put up more runs to help India put up a bigger total?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say so because this pitch was not an easy one to bat on. And it was only Dinesh Karthik who was the big difference between the two sides. He was batting like he was batting on a different pitch compared to everybody struggled on this pitch. Everybody except him. So this goes to show what rich vein of form he is in. And he's really making merry, and I'm so happy for him and the team and whoever he plays for. But he was the difference because if South Africa had batted really well on this pitch, I would have said okay. But with every other batter except him, it looked like the pitch was bothering them, and every bowler was looking potent. The two fast bowlers from South Africa were 2 overs 9 runs. That only happens when there's that pitch is not conducive for stroke play. Is what I'm trying to say. Maybe you can play a test match there or a one-day game there. But T20 is all about getting 8 runs, 9 runs and over, getting 170, 180 on the board. And today the deck just wasn't good enough. So today I will not blame the batters. And today credit will go to the bowlers because they will feast on bowling on pitches like this. It's they don't get too many of them. Normally they play on belters, so it's good to see the bowlers also getting something for them.
Indeed. Abhijit ji, Shreyas Iyer's form has been in the talks in some while now. In the previous meeting with all of us, we were very much delving into how Shreyas Iyer should be, nurtured as somebody who can bat in the middle order and somebody who can finish games for India, because ever since his debut he has been very good with his performances, but in the due course some way he is losing his track. So, and time and again, as we are continuously thinking and talking about India's journey into this year's T20 World Cup to be played in Australia, how would you describe Shreyas Iyer's form? Do you see him in India's scheme of things with regard to the T20 World Cup, or would you completely write him off?
I think it's too early to write him off because Isis is a good player. We have seen he has scored centuries in Test match as well. I think in one day international as well, he has played quite a good knock. So it's not exactly the right time to say we can write him off. But yes, uh, 4 matches he hasn't played to his potential. And again, there is a good competition between him, Surya Kumar Yadav, and some other players. So, it's time for him to actually, cement his position. I don't know whether he will get the opportunity in the next match, but I think it looks like he'll definitely get it. Then again, there are few matches, but I think after Ireland matches, there is matches in England, and I think it will be difficult for him to get into the T20 side for that. So right now, I think it's quite surprising how he's performing. He's a captain of an IPL side. He has also led Delhi Capital. So it's a surprising how Shreyas Iyer is not able to shift his gear. To me, I'm his fan. It is a little disappointing to see him not playing to full his potential because you want he's a good solid batsman and you want him. I think there was in the pre-show also we discussed about his stats with the against the fast bowler was not good. So I think it's really time for him to pull up his socks and just you know be there whenever teams required. So I hope he plays well in the upcoming match. As far as T20 World Cup is, there's a lot of time. Too early to say about.
Indeed, every player should be given an opportunity to improve themselves in due course. Devashish Da, uh, we all know Rishabh Pant is a match winner. Multiple occasions, times, time and again, he has won matches for Team India from extreme tricky situations. But if we delve into this series. We are four matches down into this series, one match to go, and Rishabh Pant is still yet to play that quality knock which will, beautifully justify his stature and his reputation of being a absolute big hitter for Team India. And adding on to this, in this four matches, we have seen that Rishabh Pant's dismissals have been, quite of a copy paste. How would you describe his dismissals? Have the South African bowlers read him very easily? Is Rishabh Pant making his mode of dismissal extremely vulnerable and extremely easy for the opposition bowlers to read?
I think the South African spinners, especially Keshav Maharaj, has walked his shortcomings very well. I think because as you might see today also, it was a ranked long up on the off stumps, and so instead he was in double minds whether to step out, and he could have easily left that shot out, but he chose to hit it, and he top edged and he was caught. So it was a similar kind of a dismissal in one of the earlier matches as well. So South Africans have worked out very well as to Rishabh Pant's weaknesses. So he is someone where you cannot restrict him. For with Rishabh Pant, you cannot restrict him because he will very invariably come out and try to take on the bowlers, and that is what has led to his downfall in all the four innings that we have seen, in all the four matches in the series. So that is something that Rishabh needs to walk out, as Sunny Gavaskar was rightly. He was heard in the commentary on air saying that no, he has not learned from his mistakes, and yes, truly, he has not learned from his mistakes because there was no need for that shot because Hardik and Rishabh was
Yes, very
striking the
true.
ball well. They were in the middle of a good partnership. All he had to do is to play the shit anchor role because Hardik was playing more attacking shots. But instead of doing that, he himself chose to take on the attack, and it was Keshav Maharaj again. So something, see, cricket is a great leveler. So you get to learn from your mistakes. With Rishabh, as the quicker he learns, the better for him because he's too good a player. We all know he's a match winner in his own right. So the better he learns, the good for Indian cricket.
Joyda, I just like to ask a question on this. Let's
Yeah.
assume Rishabh is not learning much from his mistake and he's just keep repeating it. So what do you think
Mm.
what will happen? Will I mean I don't think so till the World Cup there's any way you can drop him. After the World Cup, let's say he plays same way. So what do you think will happen? Will the is it a question that he might be dropped as well if he continues?
No, I think even
Um,
before the World Cup, if it's Kale and Virat at the top, Rohit at the top, Virat at three, for me, Surya at four. Okay, five is empty
Hardik.
right now. Okay, five Hardik,
Then
six
six we have Dinesh,
for me is
Karthik.
Dinesh Karthik, seven is Jadeja.
Then where do you get if he
Yeah, so
keeps
so
on
he will have
failing?
to beat out. So he'll have to beat out Dinesh Karthik. He'll have to beat out Dinesh Karthik for me. If I had to pick an
Absolutely
India team tomorrow on form, I'll pick this team
right.
because at
Joyda,
the end
I'll
of
come
the day,
to you
no
before
matter how
we
good you are,
move on
yeah,
to.
sorry,
Yes.
I'll finish on that one. No matter how good you are, this game is about form.
Spot on, Joyda.
And
Yeah, please.
speaking on
Yeah,
form,
that's what I
Dinesh
wanted because
Karthik with his batting is the talk right now. Uh, just after Rishabh Pant got dismissed, we saw that brilliant and blistering partnership between Dinesh Karthik and Hardik Pandya, the 65 run partnership that propelled Team India to manage to put up 73 mammoth runs in just mere 5 overs at a point where they were just tottering in the 10th over, 56 for 3. They managed to climb up to 169 for a 6. Your thoughts on that lovely partnership? And of course, Dinesh Karthik, living up to his billing and
Shall I answer that? Was that for me?
it was for you, the Joyta. Yeah.
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 So yeah, it was the partnership that really did the job for them. See, Hardik has also changed the way he bats, and Rishabh can take a leaf out of that as well. Hardik used to bat number 6 for Mumbai Indians and bat in a totally different way. He batted 6 for India. So, but he's batting 4 now, 4 for Gujarat Lions. And that is a great example in front of Rishabh Pant how to go about it. See, there's no question about his ability and quality. It's about just the way he is applying himself to this new role. So I'm not much a football buff. Debashi really understands football, but when there's a striker and there's a half and there is a wing, there's different roles for everybody, right? I'm sure. So
Absolutely.
similarly here, the
Yes.
role of a number 4 is different to the role of a number 6. And right now, at number 6, there's nobody better in India than Dinesh Karthik.
No
So
one.
if Rishabh Pant wants to bat at 6, then he has to be better than Dinesh Karthik. And if he has to bat at 4, then he's got to be bat like a number 4. For me, right now, Shreyas Iyer is ahead at number 4. I know he hasn't got runs in this, but he's got the right mode of playing. Surya is my number 4 as of now. Because Surya, because of the experience he has in cricket, he's about 31, 32. So he knows the tricks of the trade. He knows how to bat at 3, how to bat at 4. I've seen him win matches for KKR at 6, win matches for Mumbai at open, win matches for Mumbai at number 4. And he bats differently in all these places. He doesn't bat the same way.
Yeah.
That is
I
why
saw.
he's so widely reputed, because his range is very high. It's different role. He comes at 6 for KKR. He'll do the lap shot. He'll do this. He'll do that. He'll get a 12 ball, 24, 25 not out and go away. He'll open. He'll bat differently. At number 4, he will take some time. He'll bat deep, and then he will do what he should do at KKR. So there's a method to this whole thing. You just can't bat one way and swing around, because these bowlers are all too good. This is the World Cup.
Yep.
It's Australia, England, South Africa, 90-meter boundaries. You're not going to clear. Nobody would clear them every day. Look at Dhoni, the best finisher. He wouldn't hit every ball for 6. So there's a method to it, and I hope Rishabh Pant learns well, because I'm a huge admirer of his. And what he can do with the cricket bat in his hand is amazing. But still, there has to be planning. You cannot play any cricket, forget international cricket, without planning, whether you're a batter, bowlers, or whatever.
Yeah.
I would just like to add, Joyda, I think it's a good, healthy headache to have in the Indian
Yeah, but
team.
Yeah.
true. But Rishabh Pant, if he can just get a little more mindful, can you imagine what he can do?
Yeah,
Because very few have the ability he has. Very few do. And Hardik, how this IPL has showed that anybody can get mentally more disciplined. How good is he
Joy,
absolutely.
playing
do,
this?
do you think his position matters, Rishabh Pant? Do you think he is coming right now at number 4? Maybe
There's
he will
nobody
be.
else.
But then,
See,
Abhijit,
they are
Yeah, but
portraying they are portraying Dinesh at 6, so he has to come at 4. That's the only slot that's open.
see, if you just Joyda rightly pointed out, see, if you have KL Rahul opening the batting with Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli coming at number 3, followed by Surya Kumar Yadav at number
yeah,
4. Then you have Hardik at number 5, Dinesh Karthik at number 6, and Ravindra Jadeja at number 7. And then you have to play at least 3 seamers in Australia, along
yeah,
with Hardik Pandya. You have to play 3 seamers.
So
You
he'll
cannot
play.
afford to play.
No, I will play Chahal at 8, and 9, 10, 11, three fast bowlers, and
Fast
that we have
bowlers.
6 bowlers. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
got three fast bowlers, two spinners, and Hardik.
right. So where if Rishabh continues failing like this, where would you get him? But he's definitely
Absolutely.
going to be in that side to Australia,
Yeah, of
100%,
course,
Of
of
two
course.
hundred
course.
Yeah,
percent.
yeah,
No, no,
He
that's
he
will
right.
will
do it,
probably
but
be in the
then
11 also. In that
yeah,
case, Hardik and between Hardik, Jadeja, and Chahal, two will play.
Abhijit ji, coming to South Africa's bowling, it was, a mix and match performance from them, would you say? Because I'll just state, among the South Africa's bowling, they made a few changes from them. It was N Giddy who seemed to be the most economical for them. He bowled 3 overs, conceding 20 runs, picking up 2 wickets. Pretorius, however, was the most expensive. He did manage 1 wicket, but an economy of 10.25. Johnson was a bit expensive, but he picked a wicket. Now, if we look at South Africa's bowling, in the first 10 overs, they managed to choke India very well, picking up those wickets very quickly. Gaikwad first, Shreyas Iyer, then Kishan and then Pant. So they were looking a very good team that they wouldn't let Team India get away with posting a very high total. But again, in the last 5 overs, they somehow managed to concede a massive 73 runs. What do you think? Where did they go wrong in their approach?
I think they didn't go wrong in the approach. It was just the Dinesh Karthik super batting. That that was was standout. But I think you pointed out well, like in the
With a great
first six
support
over the
role by Hardik Pandya.
yeah, equally, yeah, I agree. But I think the first 6 overs, I think they bowled brilliantly. 6 overs, I remember some 44 2, and then the seventh first ball, no, okay, got out Ishan Kishan. So they really, was putting a pressure at one point of time. If the partnership with Will Pant and Pandya wouldn't have been good, then we could have been, you know, uh, although that partnership wasn't that big, but I think it stabilized the Indian batting order. But yeah, I think when in the 15 to 20 over, I think we expect that to happen. Whatever whichever team it is, you expect them to go out and run, score more runs. So I think that's what DK and Pandya does. So I think take any T20 game, you open the book and just see most of the runs. You will see that 15 20 over, the batsman has scored that, and I think that's how the nature of it. Everyone likes to go and hit. I think fabulous job by Dinesh Karthik and equally supported by Hardik Pandya.
True.
Very well indeed. So instead
I
of
think I
saying
think I
that
think
South
South
Africa
I
didn't
think South
reach.
Africa I think South Africa missed the Wayne Parnell and Kagiso Rabada. Rabada is their premier fast bowler. Noke is not in form. He is also a very very
Their
good bowler, but
absence must have hurt
but
South Africa a lot today, probably. This very important game, which would have ensured that they completely win the series. And elaborating on South Africa's performance tonight, if Abhijit ji enlightened us on South Africa's bowling, let's request Devashish Da to enlighten us on South Africa's batting approach. Devashish Da, let's have you comparing T23 and today's match, T24. In both these matches, South Africa's batting looked ordinary. If T23 was okay, T24 didn't look as if South Africa were in the game. Bavuma,
yeah,
unfortunately, he has been struggling a
so
lot, but unfortunately, due to his injury, he couldn't make up for the game till the very end. How would you describe South Africa's batting approach, especially in this match? Because they have lost by a whopping 82 runs.
and that has got to do with the wicket, the manner in which the wicket behaved today, because the batters they did not find out easy which the ball. There were balls that were keeping low. There were some that was climbing up. Odd ball was stopping and coming. So it was a bit difficult. That it is not an ideal T20 wicket, I would say. Joyda might agree with me because he is much more
Spot on,
experienced.
Devashish. Spot on.
Yeah, because it was not an ideal T20 wicket
And I'm
in no way.
surprised Rajkot. In Rajkot is called the road. It's called the
It's a
highway.
normally a belter. It's normally a belter. You score
Jad,
heavily on Rajkot.
Jadeja's got a couple of 300s in this wicket.
Right. Yeah.
Pujara's got a 300s in
With
this
200, yeah,
Absolutely.
pitch on the ground. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think that has got to do with the mindset of South African batters. You
But
cannot blame them,
Devashish,
but
we played the Ranji final here 2 years back. It was okay wicket. I was doing commentary for we start for the Ranji Trophy in Rajkot, where it was the in the group stage, where it was an okayish wicket. I think the nature has changed. Something must have gone wrong, because compared to what you've seen in the last 10 years, I've seen a bit of a change there. I hope it's not there to stay, because this is first the Ranji final, then the group stage matches, and now this. And this is an international game. This is where every association waits for to show how good they are. And so
Absolutely.
if this is how it's behaving, maybe there's some issue with the soil. There needs a bit of a revamp. I don't know what it is, but this is not what we know Rajkot pitch to be.
But I would say, Joyda, I think Eden Gardens is perhaps the best wicket in the country at the moment. I may be
No,
wrong, but
see,
I
there
think
are a few of
it's
them.
a very sporting. There are quite
Yeah,
a few, but Eden's has to be one of them.
yes, yes, for sure. Just I think the wicket was relayed a few years back, and because of that, the carry. You remember Sunil Narayan bowling for KKR in 2012, 13, unplayable. Compared to that, now the wicket is very sporting. We saw the last game over there, the IPL playoffs. There are a few grounds where it's superb, but Eden Gardens is up there with the best. I think what makes Eden special, along with the pitch and the ground, is the atmosphere in the ground. Once
Yeah.
you've been at the Eden, you know what it is. Devashi spent a lot of time there. I'm sure, Damini, you've also seen a lot of matches. Abhijit was also covered, so you all know. And I've
Yes, I
played
have.
there, lived there all my life. Yeah, so it's the buzz, and I've watched cricket all over. I'm actually in Bangalore with the Ranji team. I know. I mean, everybody feels that their state, but anybody who watches the game at the Eden feels the buzz, and I think that's what I mean. People in Bombay say it's the same about Wankhede. I'm sure, and they feel the same way. It's called the Mumbai Indians cauldron as well. So, but we are Calcuttans, and it is a very special place.
Indeed, the
Jo-
Eden Gardens indeed is a lovely place to play cricket, enjoy good cricket. And moving on to today's match, moving on to India's phenomenal bowling performance today. Joyda, if we could have your insights, how good and how brilliant was India's bowling compared to the T20 number three, which they played at the in that match also. They were brilliant against South Africa, but this match they showed that they were something else. Their approach, their mindset. Let's I'll just read out to you. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, 2 overs. He didn't bag any wickets, but he was extremely economical. How brilliant was Avesh Khan, the man who's been in the talk right now? 4 overs, 18 runs and 4 important wickets, economy of 4.50. He completely, we could say broke the back of the South Africa batting. That especially that 14th over where he bagged 3 important wickets. How brilliant was Avesh Khan and the Indian bowling department?
Yeah, he was very good, and I think sometimes when you bowl well in a group, one of the guys picks up focus. This could have easily been Harshal. This could have easily been Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. It was just his evening today. He did not do anything more special than the others did. Is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is they were all very good. Everything panned out in his favor, so that can happen. But as a unit, and as Debashish rightly put, this pitch made every bowler's life a lot easier this evening. Okay, that doesn't happen generally in T20 cricket. And I feel bad for them. Sometimes I feel it's too one sided in favor of the batters. But today it was completely on the other side. What I would like to see in a cricket game, whether it's Test cricket, One Day cricket, or T20, is a contest between bat and ball. The ball
Absolutely.
starts the contest because the bowler has the ball in his
Indeed.
hand. He runs in and he lets it go, and then the batsman comes into play. So that is the
I think
reason why I like to see any game. There's a contest between bat and ball. I don't want any of it to be lopsided in any one favor. I don't want it to be totally for the batsman's favor, totally in the bowler's favor. Today it was totally in the bowler's favor. That is why Dinesh Karthik's innings stands out. Because on a pitch where everybody struggled and players with great repute, he looked like he was batting on a different pitch. That is form for you.
Exactly, absolutely. And highlighting on what Joyda just told us, Abhijit ji, as Joyda very beautifully stated that it was today the bowler's pitch where the bowlers could just go and enjoy themselves. I would like you to compare South Africa and India's bowling approach and mindset today. how would you say, because South Africa, this is literally their fourth consecutive toss winning, and they opted to bowl first. So would you say that in this match, South Africa read the conditions poorly as compared to India? India read the conditions
No,
much
I think
better. Or
I
would you say, those first two victories for South Africa have somehow, given them that confidence that yes, we are going on the right track? And India, since they were completely extremely injured, they know very well that they had to win these two matches to make sure that the result dependent till the last match. So it is India who's now reading conditions much better than South Africa. How would you say?
No, I think it's not that. I think the difference today was really the Dinesh Karthik. I think he just proved, on this pitch, how tough was the batting. And I think if Dinesh wouldn't have scored that many runs, I think, you never know what could have been the result of today's match. If today, let's say Dick hasn't scored that much, maybe they would have got a score of, let's say, 130, 122 chase. And I think that would have changed the mindset of South Africa batting lineup.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a great
we
point,
could,
Abhijit. I just want to add here that when you chase 150 plus, you end up getting out for 80, 90, whatever, because that's impossible. But if it was 128,
yep,
then we
exactly.
would have got there. That's a great point.
And I
When the
think,
target
yeah,
is beyond you, then you can really look silly and fall flat on your face, which is what happened today. But when the target is achievable, then you can get there. That's the difference you need today. Great point, Abhijit.
yeah, I think that's what has happened. Because I think the pitch, as I say, Bashir and Joyda said, I think it played a lot the role. But I think Dinesh Karthik was also the impact player point there. And I think that's what the reason. I think if I'm not wrong, he's the most experienced player right now in both
I
the teams.
hope he was the man of the match because he deserves
Yeah,
it.
he was a
Yeah,
he was given.
certainly was. Because on a bowling friendly condition, you want to give it to a batter.
Yeah. Dada, what do you think about the next match? What would be the mindset of both the teams?
No, I think Bengal will be Gango because India will be Gango because they're coming. They'll play on a good wicket. They've won a lot of the RCB boys in the team. So I feel Harshal Patel will be at home. So I feel it's a great venue to play. The crowd is superb over here at the Chinnaswamy. I haven't been there yet. We are playing at the outside grounds. Obviously, this is getting ready for the T20. But I think right now India has got their teeth into this one because they started off slowly. And now I know a couple of the batters are still not in form, but most of the batters are in form. Rituraj, Ishan, everybody's hit the ball well. The bowling unit has taken off. Chahal will be back in Bangalore. He spends a few years here, so he knows. So I think it augurs well for Indian cricket. I think India is right now will firmly be the favourites. And Australia, and also there has been a dip in the form of the South African in the last couple of games. Losing by 60 and 40 runs is a lot of runs in T20, and it takes a mental battering on you.
yeah, and
Did
Indeed.
you,
I
And
yeah, just
and
wanted to ask.
yeah, Abhijit, go ahead.
No, no, I like to ask you the same thing.
Yeah,
Did
I just like to
Devamu
say
got
that
the injury?
unlike the last two wickets, one that was played tonight at Rajkot and the other one at Vizag, Bengaluru Chinnaswamy wicket will be a belter. We
Mm.
know the conditions are hugely in favor of the batters, so both sides have some stroke players, so it will be an even contest. Unlike the one that we have seen tonight, that the bowlers having an edge over the batters. Obviously, Dinesh Karthik playing a blinder, but then I would say that it will be more even Stevens, more even contest in Chinnaswamy, especially with the wicket, because Chinnaswamy always is a very sporting wicket and good scoring runs. More ground is also smaller, so we can witness a lot more sixes from
Absolutely.
batters
And it's
from
also
both the
above
sides.
sea level, so the ball flies.
Yeah,
All good. We're all set for day after then.
Yeah.
so,
Joyda, how's
before
the
we
weather there in
officially
Bangalore?
conclude
Sorry.
this show,
Yeah, it's
yes,
raining a
Abhijit ji?
lot over here. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's raining a lot over
Yeah.
here. Every evening it rains. It rained all night till 4 o'clock in the morning. It was a bit of a rain delay when we started Ranji match today. It rained this evening torrentially for about an hour. So that's a good question
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
has been
Because
raining
I
almost
have
every
stayed in
evening.
Bangalore for several years, and every time I've seen in the month of May and June, every day it will rain.
In
I
the
think
evening.
if it
Strangely,
rains,
it doesn't
yeah,
rain
in the
all day.
evening, yeah,
It's
yeah,
hot and sunny during the day. I mean,
yeah,
hot means I mean,
I think,
not by Calcutta standards, but it's
yeah,
it's bright and sunny, and then in the
yeah,
evening it rains every day.
yeah, every day. You're right. So does it rain the same time around 6 to 5 p.m. something
Yeah,
like
today
that,
was
or
raining about 7:30 torrentially. Yesterday it rained from 9:30 till 4 o'clock in the morning.
oh, so
Hmm.
probably there could be a rain again on Sunday then.
Yeah, possible. It's always raining after the sun goes down. That's been a trend over here, and I've been here for what almost 3 weeks now, and I've seen the trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We'll
so.
see what happens Sunday. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Good
Okay.
night.